let's get into it. Boys, before we get into the other matches, I called this match, and our friends in Indonesia can be very proud because Indonesia versus Saudi Arabia was a match to watch. Did I not tell you guys that last time?
Yeah, you were absolutely right. Absolutely right. You said they're due for a big result. This was in Jeddah. It was in Saudi Arabia. Many people thought they had no shot, no chance. But hey, not only did they defend for their lives, the goalie, Mr. Pies, came up with big save after big save. Roy, I think you know him well.
Get his name right, boys. Martin Pas. Martin Pas. That's the Dutch pronunciation. Martin Pas. Okay, so the Indonesian team, obviously it's a different look, boys. It was a different look because 9 naturalized players played in the starting lineup, and a lot of them from the Dutch contingent. Obviously, Jay Idzis having a good match in defense, but there was a lot of players that came in. It just shows you what you can do, right? When you expand your talent beyond your country, if there's a tie to some other players, right, boys?
Yeah, it reminds me of Jamaica, right? It's and also the US, this big initiative to bring in the dual nationals, to bring in the individuals with great grandparents or great grandparents, as was the case with Martin Pas. What a performance. It was his debut, and he almost became international villain or national villain for Indonesia. That was such a terrible mistake to tackle the Saudi forward and give away the penalty. What a disaster. What a way to just gift Saudi the victory. And I thought that's what was going to happen. I thought the hatred for FC Dallas was going to come through for MLS, but he came through and he saved it. And he had a couple phenomenal saves to close out the game. Oh, what a heroic match. Almost not the case.
Really a poor penalty. I mean, it was a terrible penalty, but Paz comes up with a great step. I mean, the penalty's literally right down the center. But it's a big save. And then he comes up with another huge save late on a one-on-one as well. That would have been Saudi Arabia taking the lead.
Massive.
So the second half was mostly Saudi, and they had chances. Certainly the penalty, the big one. But I have to say, Indonesia really defended very well. They were pretty sound, but also they always looked dangerous attacking down the wings. I'm going to mess up his name, but his name is Ragnar Orat Mangoen. I don't know how to say his name. Please, my Indonesian friends, tell me how to say his name properly because he was impressive the whole day. Also has the look of like a warrior, just a very daunting figure. If I'm playing against him, he just barrels down the left wing. He actually was responsible for the goal as well. It doesn't become his goal in the end, but he's the one who has the initial shot. For me, he was Indonesia's player of the game.
Yeah.
Interesting. Over Martin, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to look at what he did the whole game. I mean, with limited service, limited opportunities to go up front, Indonesia was defending. But when they did counter, they countered very effectively, and it all came down that left-hand side.
Yeah.
It's a huge result to go into Saudi Arabia. It's not an easy place to play. And, I think this is going to just start the campaign. We talked about it. Remember last time we said you need a couple maybe upset victories and a couple upset draws. And they got the first one. And so Indonesian fans, I'm sure you've been partying since yesterday. Keep the party going, and look, Martin Pas, Roy, you watch him in the MLS coming through, man. Who would have thought?
He plays for Dallas, and he's a phenomenal goalkeeper. I wouldn't call him a top 3 or a top 5, but he's in the top 20, 30%. So I'm super happy to see what he did in that game.
I know we have the headline about Indonesia, but I think we remiss to end the Asia talk without talking about, I think, the best story of this round so far, and that's Palestine with the draw against Korea. We're talking about a team that is arguably the best team, probably aside from Japan, in Asia. I mean, to get this draw for Palestine, this has got to be the biggest result in their history.
Yeah, it was an amazing match. I mean, Son was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, hit the crossbar. It's Korea had their opportunities, but it just look, Palestine, I'm telling you, given everything, I'm not gonna get political or anything like that, but given everything they've had to deal with, outside of the football team, this is a huge result. Who was very happy about this was Pink Floyd's band member Roger Waters, who put out he's a big Palestinian supporter. But regardless of that, let's talk football. This is a great result. And anything more to say specifically about Palestine after this match? I mean, the sky's the limit now, right?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Is
they're growing, man.
big. It's
They're
a big
growing big
result.
time. Go for it, Rocky.
No,
You
I'm
seem
just saying you
excited.
tie Korea, right? You're talking about the favorites to probably win the group. So you're talking about, it's not only is it a big result just in their history, but this is the first game of the third round of qualification. It's a big step towards qualification. I mean, can you imagine? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. That was a big result. Finishing it off, of course, we mentioned it briefly. The Australia match, they got upset. Bad red card there, really bad red card. And, so it was basically kicked to almost the face, the throat. I do want to finish with one particular match before moving on from Asia, and that was, of course, the Japan-China match, which, boys, it was not close. It was 7-0, and China's defense. China's gotten a lot of slack after the match. I mean, it's a rivalry match, basically, as we all know. It's like the top there. It's almost like India losing to Pakistan 7-0 or something from an Indian fan's perspective. So Japan, China have a strong rivalry. The Chinese defense was non-existent, boys. I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, I think it goes so far beyond what happened on the field. China's soccer team for a while has been plagued by corruption scandals. Their performances continue to go down the hill. It is such a soccer-obsessed country. It's such a soccer-obsessed culture. They have the population, they have the passion, they have the will, they have the determination. But the structure in Chinese soccer is broken beyond anything any of us could ever imagine. And it's showing more and more. Their performances are worsening and worsening. And this was just the latest in a long string of bad results for China, guys.
Yeah, things have fallen a lot since Drogba played for. Who did he play for? Shenzhen or someone?
Oh,
I can't remember what team, but he played in China briefly.
Was
but
that after MLS?
A long way since then. Drogba in MLS?
Of course. Oh my goodness, that shows how much Rocky hates the league of his own country. Unbelievable, Rocky. I'm out. Can I log out now? Can I log out?
No, but Roy makes an interesting, a very important point. I think, talking to friends from China, all the chats were blowing up before this match. Big rivalry match against Japan. Japan obviously star-studded roster, and they're finally thinking like, look, can we do something against Japan? And then it comes out with the 7-0 drubbing. I think that's almost the worst result in Chinese history, like in terms of the amount of goals scored. So a lot to be figured out. But in Asia, Indonesia, Palestine, Bahrain, Japan, obviously looking good. There was a couple other results we won't get into too much. I think Jordan will be a little bit disappointed with the draw against Kuwait. But let's move forward now. Looking forward to the next round of matches in Asia.